Hello, lovelies. Hi. I was gonna do these readings yesterday, but because my back, I really had a hard time getting out of bed and I just wasn't feeling it. So I'm gonna sit down today. Today is, let's check the date because I lost a day. It is the 7th. My kids are home from school today on a snow day. It's not snowing, so it's kind of weird that they called a snow day, but it is negative temperatures outside, so got up this morning, it was -3. Um, so here I am in all my glory. And the sweater is ultra comfy though. I got it for Christmas and I love it because I can't wear my hoodie, my pink hoodie. I had to retire it, so I'm a little sad. But this video is going to be for Aquarius, and we're going to be focusing on past energies, current energies, fears, and any messages that you may need to hear in regards to your relationships. So this is a love reading, and for now I am going to mainly focus on love readings. So, and they're kind of long, so I hope you bear with me. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Comment below if it resonates and how far out it takes for it to resonate, because I kind of want to see where my readings are extending to. So it'd be greatly appreciated. I appreciate you for taking the time to view this video. So we're going to get right into it. Just like in the other videos, we are going to be using the Justice League Tarot for Aquarius's energy. We are going to be using the Tarot of Sexual Magic for the person that you may be dealing with. And I switched back to the Haunted House Tarot. I had to switch them out due to the initial Cancer reading. I got really strong messages in regards to that reading. So I switched out for the Celtic Dragon, but I'm going to go ahead and go back to the Haunted House Tarot today. And that's going to be to pick up the mutual energies between you and the person that you may be dealing with. I like to focus on that because when I do readings, I get to see from Aquarius's perspective or the other person's perspective, but I want to see the mutual energies between the two, like where you guys are coming together in an agreement or disagreement or whatever. So yeah, we're going to jump right in. I'm going to lower this camera so that you can see my shuffle and the spread. So hopefully this camera angle is a little better than the one I was doing before I lifted up the laptop so that it's easier to see. If you see me reaching for the laptop, it's because my screen has gone to sleep. So here we go. We're focusing on love for Aquarius for the month of February 2019. I do apologize. These are coming out a little later than I wanted them to. But again, I'm dealing with a back injury. I just started my channel, so I'm kind of pressed for time to get them done. So this is the last, air signs are the last in this series for the month. And then I will be recording for March. And hopefully I'll be able to get ahead and start focusing on April. If at any time during the reading, I need to reference a month, whether it's past or coming up, I'll go ahead and do that as well. I try not to be gender specific in these readings because they are for everyone. So if I say masculine energy, that could be male or female. Yeah, so here we go. Past energies for Aquarius. So I'm looking into anything that may have been going on prior to today. So we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So there's some communication happening. Spoiled brat syndrome. Very immature in the way that we're speaking. There could be arguments going on. You could actually be dealing with your child. The King of Cups in reverse. I don't like him in the reverse. In the upright, he's genuine and he's offering love and he's secure in his emotions, and in the reverse, not so much. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So there was some kind of harsh communication that happened that left somebody feeling pretty hurt. This one. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. So this is okay energy. It looks like there might have been some fighting or arguing, and it could have been very immature in nature. Sorry, I'm gonna drink my coffee here. It's another one of my favorite coffee mugs. Bought it in Florida at Disney World. It's the Poison Apple. That's a pretty awesome mug. Anyway, I digress. So we have the Page of Swords here. And this is Robin. But this is the Robin that is actually Batman's child that he has with Talia al Ghul. And he was raised by assassins, but he wants to do good. So he's always in conflict with himself. And he says a lot of things. And he's very selfish in the way that he deals with his life. And again, this could be a kid. This could be one of your children. They could be 50 for all we know. Like, they're still going to come up with that page energy for Aquarius. But I think this is just, there was an argument of some sort. Somebody came off real hot at the mouth, and it caused a little bit of heartache, a little bit of pain. So it could be a partner again, but it could be children as well, or a child. That would be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini child. But we have somebody who was hurt, most definitely hurt. And this is older energy too. So I want to say, like, if this is an actual love relationship, there's an age difference there, and that may be contributing to the arguing and the fighting. So, and it's a pretty good age difference, because we've got the King and the Page, which is what made me kind of think you might be dealing with a child. But you could be dating someone younger than you, and they're very immature in the way that they handle things. But we're coming out of the harsh communication going on, like, well, maybe not. Like, sometimes this card for me, the arguing and the fighting and the verbal, I want to say abuse, is worse when this card is reversed. So, but again, we're looking at past energies. But the final card for Aquarius is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So in the upright, we're clinging, we're holding on to a situation, we're holding on to something, we're being miserly. We could even be holding back our affection. With this card, it doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, but it has to do with something that has value to you. So in the reverse, we're coming out of that clingy energy. So we're letting things out, we're letting things go, and progressing forward. The Five of Wands here at the bottom of the deck is also in the reverse. In the upright, it's petty fighting, petty quarreling. This is oh, I forget his name, but this is actually two people that come together to create this superhero, and they're always at odds with each other, and they're always quarreling with each other, because you have the one that is the brain of the operation, so he's the thinker, and he's actually a scientist, and then you have a kid who's like a football star who is the brawn. So when they come together, they create this superhero, but they're always fighting. In the reverse, we're coming out of that fighting energy. We're not going to fight anymore. And I like that. I like that vibe. So it does contribute to the fact that we're letting go of stuff going on. So I like that. That's pretty good energy. Anyway, so we're going to look at the past energy for the person that you're dealing with. And then this could be a younger partner, younger spouse. Could be dealing with a child as well. So we'll see what comes out for them. I have been pulling a lot of pages too in the readings, and that's just younger energy to me, like newer things are happening. Because pages can also be messages, but this is a hurtful one. Like somebody's running their mouth is what I get. But again, it could be new energy too. It's almost like, whoa, where did that come from? So, yeah, sorry. Here we go. Past energies for the person that Aquarius is dealing with. Let's go. Past energies, past energies, past energies. Oop, there's one. We have the Nine of Wands, but it came out in the reverse. So somebody is no longer feeling like they have to guard themselves. You know, the Nine of Wands for me is living to fight another day. That need to stay on guard. Like, I don't want to fight, but I will if I have to. But we're coming out of that. Or this person is coming out of that. So that's good. That one looked like it wanted to flip up right. Let's see. Take this one. Yeah, we have Justice, and she is in the upright. That could be a Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra. We did have the Page of Swords here, which is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Usually Gemini, but with the Justice card here, but definitely may be a Libra. Or they're seeking justice in a situation. Like, they don't want to fight anymore. They just want it to be corrected, is kind of what I'm getting. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So in the upright, you see, like, he's just watching her, which is kind of creepy to me, but he's just watching her, and she's depressed and just not feeling it. She's got, like, no motivation, and she's just wallowing in her depression. Usually the Six of Pentacles is equal give and take and being charitable, but the way, this is a very modern deck, so in this one, it's like she's hurting and he doesn't know how to fix it. In the reverse, we're coming out of that energy. So I get the feeling like we're starting to be on the same page, but we're not quite there yet. There may still be some harsh communication happening, but we're starting to move out of that energy. We're starting to let that go. So I get the feeling of we're starting to see eye to eye in a situation. And we have the Four of Pentacles again in the reverse. So the energy is reflecting. It's you're both putting out the same type of past energy, where we're ready to stop clinging to whatever communication happened that hurt the other one. We're starting to come out of that. So that's pretty heavy. I had to take a breath. Yeah, but we're coming out of that energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So again, we're getting that Knight of Swords again. And it's kind of funny now that I'm looking at the cards. So we have the Page of Swords in the upright. We have the King of Cups, which could be a male figure or a female figure that's like the matriarch or patriarch of the family. And then we also have the Knight, so it would be younger energy as well. So this could be a parent that's dealing with their children. And there could be quarreling between the children, and the parent is having an issue trying to settle whatever's going on. Because we're pulling the Knight of Swords again, but this time in the upright. This is a very harsh card for me. So there's like some crazy, somebody was really angry about something. In the upright for me, the Nine of Wands in this deck is that let me heal your heart, wounded. It's a wounded person that's being consoled by someone else. But in the reverse, that's not happening. But again, it's that kind of energy. Like, I don't want to fight anymore. I want to lay this burden down. And that kind of energy. I just want things to be right. Okay. So we are going to look at the mutual energy between the two parties that's going on here. Some of these readings have been very, very crazy. And I think maybe due to Valentine's Day, you know, we are in the month of February. People tend to spend more time focusing on relationships and their situations. So I'm thinking that could be partially what we're picking up on. And I keep saying we like I'm multiple people. Anyway, I think that's why we're picking up on such heavy energy. And we're still got that New Year kind of vibe going on too. So these issues that are happening in the past could still be very much so still in the forefront for Aquarius. So let's take a look and see. This one came out on its side, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip it up. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this is where we're kind of meeting in the middle with this argument. Nine of Pentacles for me is usually, Pentacles have to do with our, I can't talk, security and stability. So they're kind of family cards for me, but not every reader looks at Pentacles in that way. I do though. So this could be revolving around the home most definitely, but this is in the upright. This is celebrating like a job well done. You're reaping rewards and that type of thing, but we're in that reverse. So I feel like somebody is feeling like, why did I put all this work in if this is the way it's going to be? Like I feel like I wasted my time trying to get something to grow and it's just not growing. And again, you could be dealing with kids because it looks like we have a family here. So the family dynamic may be upset. We are pulling a lot of swords energy, and that could be because we are in Aquarius season. So this could be happening right now. Oh, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is an offer of stability and security. So I'm really feeling this is definitely family oriented. The husband and wife or significant others, they're not seeing eye to eye maybe in regards to a kid situation. And that kind of thing. But this is an offer of moving forward, but it's going slowly. Pentacles are very slow. He's like, he moves at like the speed of glue. Because it's calculated. Everything is thought through thoroughly before they progress forward. So, but it is night energy. Things are moving. It's just really, really slow. It's just slow. And there's wisdom in this card too, with that owl depicted landing on that pentacle. There's wisdom in it. So I think that somebody's really thinking very hard about how to progress forward and make it just for everyone. Yeah, we have the Temperance on the bottom of the deck in the reverse. So we had 3 more cards pop out here, and I think they're pretty important cards. So I am definitely going to keep them. Oh, okay, yes. So first coming out is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a new beginning happening, and it is practical. We're creating new ways of dealing with things. We're creating new ways of moving forward, and I really like the energy of that card. So again, like, it's funny that it comes out over the Knight of Swords and this person that's feeling like it's coming out of a depression. So remember I said that I felt like we were coming out of this energy feeling depressed and alone, and this other person that we're dealing with, or that they're dealing with you, is starting to come out of that energy. So I am seeing a new beginning happening. And again, it is slow, but it's fruitful is what I want to say. We have the Star card. Hello, Aquarius. It is in the reverse. But with this new beginning here and the Knight of Pentacles here, like, I think like somebody's thinking like their wish isn't gonna come true, but eventually this is gonna flip upright, and it's you know, big wishes happening, huge change definitely. But right now we're still in this stagnant energy of wishing for some change. I don't know. I heard when you wish upon a star. So I think somebody's hoping and wishing that the situation's going to change. It is changing, but it's changing slowly. So maybe they're not really seeing the change, and they could be frustrated with that. But we are coming out of it with both of you showing the Four of Pentacles. We are coming out of that clingy energy, clinging on to maybe our ideals of how this situation should unfold or where we're moving forward. But we're coming out of that. So once this flips upright, like, it's gonna be a lot better, smooth sailing. It's That's what I heard. So we do have the Ace of Pentacles here. It's just slow. Final card coming out, we have the Devil reversed. So I like that it's reversed. And the reason why I like that this card is reversed, especially in this situation that I'm picking up on, is in the upright, we're chaining ourselves to our obsessions. Could be hot, dirty sex, but with the other cards in the reading, I'm not getting that. But I get the feeling like we're laying our burdens down, we're laying our obsessions down, our mental attachments to things, we're letting them go is kind of what I'm getting. So that's kind of going into the line of we got new stuff coming and we've got greater things ahead. We're letting stuff go so that we can flip this upright and so we can make manifest what it is we want to manifest in our world. So again, these are past energies. I am going to set these off to the side here in case I need to reference them. So we are going to move into present energies for Aquarius. And again, we're using the Justice League Tarot. I have the hiccups all of a sudden. It's really weird. Okay, present energies for Aquarius. So from today, February 7th, until the end of the month of February 2019, we have the Four of Cups. Somebody's wishing for more, definitely. They're not satisfied with what's been given. And maybe that's why that star card's in reverse. Somebody's wishing and hoping for a bigger cup of love. Fours, again, are stability and security. So we're not feeling stable in our emotions right now. The Magician came out in the upright. In this deck, I really don't like the Magician card. And I'll explain why in just a minute. Let me go ahead and get one more for Aquarius's current energy. Aquarius, current energy. This one. So we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. We also had the King of Cups in reverse. So we are definitely dealing with a couple here. And the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okay. So the Four of Cups. These guys, the Blue Lanterns, are spending eternity repenting for turning against, like, it's basically Judas. Anyway, so they're trying to right the wrongs that they caused, and they're always stuck in this emotional turmoil because they're trying to make right what they did wrong. Four of Cups for me in the upright is we're not seeing what's in front of us. Somebody could be offering that cup that you're looking for and you're just not paying attention. But it's a desire for more. It's a desire for more emotional fulfillment. Excuse me, coffee. So emotional fulfillment and that type of stuff is kind of what we're dealing with this Four of Cups energy. And this is Aquarius's current energy. And again, my readings can be vice versa. So this may be how the person that you're dealing with is feeling, but I'm really feeling it's more Aquarius. The Magician in this deck, I absolutely hate him in the upright. I can't even tell you. This guy, he is basically immortal. And he runs around and he kills and does all his things. And he uses his magic to get the job done. But he always finds some way of having somebody else pay for the magic that he uses. So he's never held responsible for the chaos and mayhem he causes. So this is that manipulative magician that I really don't like. In this deck, I prefer him to come out in the reverse. So somebody was strongly manipulating a situation, and somebody else, I kind of feel, took the fall for whatever Aquarius did or whatever this other person did. Like, somebody took the fall for it. And if it is Aquarius, you're feeling kind of sorry about it, but like I kind of hear like, what more can I do to make you see? You know that I do care. What more can I show you? We also have the Moon card here in the upright. The Moon card is a card of Scorpio usually. This deck does not depict signs in in the cards really, because it is a superhero deck. But the moon card for me is, you know, there's some secretive stuff happening. Um, and maybe Aquarius is feeling bad, or that person is feeling bad, like because there is this manipulative secretive energy. They might be feeling like you're keeping things from them, or you're not um, including them in decision making. So again, like I was picking up on kind of the family vibe there with the Page of Swords, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. I was kind of picking up on family, and it's kind of funny how the masculine energy for Cups was in reverse, because we also have the Queen of Cups here, which lets me know we're dealing with a family or a couple that are married, or in like a strongly committed relationship, like we're already living together and that kind of thing. But she's also unhappy too, and I think it has a lot to do with this manipulative, secretive energy. But there could be a surprise in this. So I'm going to continue on with the reading. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the Three of Wands in the reverse, and we also have the Strength card in the upright. So somebody's feeling very strongly, or needs to have the strength to say something or do something, because this energy for the Three of Wands is we're waiting around. Like we've put our ideas out there, we've communicated what we want to see happen, but we're kind of lingering and waiting to see if anything's gonna result of it. Here in the reverse, we're no longer waiting, or we're just not quite to that place where we're communicating effectively, because there is the Moon card here. I don't think that, like, whatever needs to come out isn't ready to come out yet. So we're not quite to that. Okay, we've arrived at a decision, and we're waiting for communication or something to bear fruit from whatever it is we've put out there. So I just think that we're just not there yet. Okay, the person that Aquarius is dealing with. This feminine energy is very upset though. And she is not one to mess with when she is reversed. She's not one to mess with. So I'm wondering why the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups are both coming up reversed. And that could just be your energy. Like you're fighting for balance within yourself to handle a situation. Like, because this is not emotional balance. So maybe we're just unbalanced. But it could also represent the person that you're dealing with as well. So I am picking up masculine and feminine energies. I am picking up kind of that family dynamic. So we might be dealing with kids fighting, one older, one younger. We could be dealing with Aquarius's family not being accepting of something that happened. So like mother, father, that type of deal. You're with somebody, you're partnered up, and they don't like the partner. There's something like that here as well. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands in the upright. So yeah, that kind of either makes me feel like there's two feminine parties involved. Doesn't necessarily have to be women, but I'm getting conflicting feminine energy here. There may be a third party involved. I'm not really showing anything that says third party, but with those conflicting energies, we have the Queen of Wands in the upright and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So that could indicate third party. Yeah, we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. So again, we're mirroring energies here, but one of us is ready to move past it and the other one's not. Somebody's clinging to the I want more emotional instability type vibes, and this other person is like, okay, will you just make a decision already? It's kind of what I'm getting. Like, I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to move up. Like, if you're ready to move with me, then let's do it, is the kind of vibe I'm getting with that. But, you know, we have this. It's like, make a choice already, is kind of what I'm feeling. Like, can't you see that, you know, I'm giving you everything that you're asking for? But this other person is still wants more. Maybe they're not emotionally fulfilled right now. That could be you, that could be them. Again, readings work vice versa. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So we had the Knight of Pentacles showing up in the upright for that mutual energy. So it's also reflecting here in the current energies. But it is in reverse. So I'm thinking that, like I said before, change is happening and it's coming, but they're just not seeing it. Like it's not happening fast enough for them. It's like that hurry up and wait kind of vibe. Because like even with the Three of Wands reversed, like somebody is not ready to move forward with stuff, and this person's like, come on, let's make a choice already. Whew. But it's just not happening fast enough for them. And we have Judgment here. With the King of Wands in reverse. This is kind of Leo for me. In the upright, this guy is strong and secure and loving. And it's hot, it's fiery, it's beautiful, strong energy of like protection. But in the reverse, you know, someone's feeling like there's no passion. I don't know why I heard that. There's no passion. Again, I'm reading the current energies for the person that you may be dealing with, but this could also be your energy too, because they are interchangeable. So maybe that lacking passion may be on Aquarius, because like we do have the Queen of Cups reversed, and in the past energies we had the King of Cups reversed. Like we're not balanced. We feel like we're lacking in some way. So maybe you're feeling like this relationship lacks passion, and it sparked like a whole bunch of immature fights and communication, because one of the parties doesn't know how to communicate effectively and like express their needs. If you're not coupled up and you're just dating around, I get the feeling like someone's kind of waiting for, you know, their Prince Charming or princess or queen to come in, and it's slow in the making. Like you've met somebody and maybe you got ghosted for a little while, which sparked you to like become argumentative with them, and so they withdrew even more. Is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that energy too. But someone's making a judgment, and we did have the Justice card come out. I'm going to reference that. We did have Justice coming out in the past energies. So, and they're both in the upright. So I think whatever happens, whatever decision is made, is going to benefit both parties. And it might even be better to just sever ties if it's the scenario where you're just dating somebody, like you just recently started talking to them and you thought, bam, we have this crazy connection and we're wishing, hoping, wishing, that it's going to progress into something that's beautiful and fruitful, but the other person's just not seeing it that way, and they could be making the choice to walk away from you, because this is progressing forward most definitely. And I think that maybe they might have judged you too soon, like judged the situation too soon. But this could also be in the reverse. This could also be friend zoning or ghosting. So I'm thinking in the beginning stages, if you're in that beginning stages of being in a relationship, they may have ghosted you and you got pissed off and like you went off on them. Because that communication in the past energies was really rough for me. Like it was heavy. I had to take a breath. But this person's like, yeah, no. If this probably isn't what I want, and I want to move forward, like I'm making the choice to like move forward. But I do think they judged the situation too soon. I think Aquarius may be feeling a little bit manipulated, and that's why we've got that King and Queen of Cups in the reverse. Like you thought you had this like dynamic connection, and you felt like they kind of manipulated the situation and then they ghosted you. Like there's emotional manipulation here. So maybe with the lack of passion, maybe, and I hate to say it this way, but hold on, let me talk to you. Let me put the camera up here. Maybe you started dating somebody and you felt super comfortable with them and like you felt like you guys were on the same page and everything was beautiful and wonderful. And then all of a sudden, after you slept with this person, after you were intimate with this person, they ghosted you. Because that's kind of what I'm getting here. And it hurt you. Like you felt manipulated into giving that when you weren't ready, but you thought that it was going somewhere. So I kind of get that vibe. Anyway, I'm going to look at the mutual energies because I was picking that up. And we could still be dealing with a married couple that's got kids quarreling and it's causing fights between the husband and wife, or wife and wife, or husband and husband. No matter what the situation is, there's still that really young element happening here. And we did have the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. So that could be your children are quarreling, and they both could be air signs. So we got a few scenarios going on here, but I'm really being drawn into, I gave you a part of me that I wasn't quite ready to, and then you ghosted me, and now you're wondering why I'm upset. Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting for Aquarius. So I'm going to keep going. We're going to look at the mutual energies between the two. The Temperance for the past was reversed at the bottom of the deck, so there's definitely a need for balance. But effective communication, I think, is partially it too. So I think if it was the dating scenario, they just kind of ghosted you and you like sent them this long text or email that said, pouring out your heart, well, I care about you. Like, how could you do this to me? Why is it you do things that pull me in, but then you push me away? And then you withdraw for long periods of time. And I think that this person is seeing something happen from their perspective that they're not really, that they're judging. Like they're trying to maybe say that you're the one who's like pushing for too much. But I think it's more that they're just not willing to give that much. Is kind of what I'm getting. So we're going to look at the mutual energies between Aquarius and the person that they're dealing with. I'm sorry, my appearance is absolutely horrible today. Again, I have a back injury, so it's really hard for me to do my hair and all that stuff. And I'm wearing a frumpy sweater. It's like negative, freezing outside. So I do apologize. Hopefully in the future, like I'll be in a better place where I can like actually put makeup on and do my hair. I think my hair is like the worst. Because it's curly and it takes a long time to like style and stuff, and I just can't physically do it right now. So for these first few videos, I'm gonna look haggard. I'm gonna look haggard. So I do apologize for my appearance. So let's get into the mutual energies between you and this other person. So where is Aquarius coming together with this other person? Ooh. Yeah, we have the Emperor coming out, and I'm not sure if I should take it in the upright or the reverse. I'm going to take it in the upright. So you could be dealing with an Aries or a Taurus. This one feels more grounded to me because he is the hunter. You see that? He's a hunter. So it could be definitely Taurus. They could have somebody else. So I was kind of picking up that third party kind of player kind of feel because there was manipulation here. So this other person that you're dealing with could be dating around, or you could be dating around, and one of you is feeling friend zoned or ghosted, blocked out, and is emotionally distraught over it. Because the Emperor, like he makes big things happen. But he's also got a lot of stress on his shoulders, too, because he has to take care of family and take care of all that jazz. Anyway, we also have the Seven of Swords in reverse. I'm going to lower the camera back down because I look terrible. Anyway. The Seven of Swords reversed. Oh! We got Judgment coming out again. So I feel like we're judging each other. Like you're pissed off because you got ghosted, or you're pissed off because this other person, like your spouse, is not seeing that you have the best intentions. But they could be very biting with their words. I get, because they're pulling pretty strong energies happening here. Yes. Sorry, guys. What do you need? Jocelyn, play with your sister, please, and stop running away from her. Close the door, please. Sorry about the interruptions. My kids are home on a snow day because it's negative temperatures outside. I actually think it's more because I think that the county that my kids go to school in may be going on strike. So there's a lot going on with the school board and stuff. So I think they kind of took advantage of the fact that it snowed. We also have the Fool in reverse, so this very well could be. We do have fire here. That's Aries, Leo, Sag for this other person's energies. That's Aries, Leo, or Sag. We're also drawing the Emperor right on top of that. That is very strong energy there. Like they're creators, they're movers, they're doers. But we're also pulling the Fool in reverse, which the Emperor could be Taurus or Aries, but I'm pulling the Fool here, so I'm going to go with Aries. I'm going to go with definitely Aries. And they could just be adopting this energy as well. They could be any sign, and just they're coming across as this dominant energy. Yeah. So, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And if I remember correctly, I'm going to go ahead and check back here because I think that energy came up in the past as well. Nine of Wands, Justice. Yeah. So we did have the Six of Pentacles showing up for them in the reverse in the past. So we're not, I think they're feeling like you're not on an even playing field. Like I'm better than you is what I got. Like they don't feel like what you have is enough for them because there's no passion here. And they've made that judgment, like, it was fun while it lasted, but you're not in my league. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Seven of Swords. We're kind of in our head a little bit about it. But again, there's not good communication happening between you and this other person. And while one of you is ready to move forward, one of you is not. Like, I can't continue this way is what I heard. Especially like with the Queen of Cups being in reverse. Somebody is really in their heads, in their heart space, like hurt. And somebody also is not ready to move forward. Like, I get the feeling that Aquarius wants to move forward together, but this other person doesn't. Because we're not on the same page. Because if you notice in this Six of Pentacles in the upright, you see how she's holding the scales. I don't know if you can really see that. She's pretty balanced and charitable. Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords coming up in the reverse behind her, and also the Eight of Wands in reverse. So this is not communicating effectively. It could be harsh communication coming through, especially with the Knight of Swords. It was in the reverse. So that's the second time it's come up in the reading. So I just want to say, like, I kind of want to say count your losses. Like, even though it hurts right now, count your losses and try to flip the Fool card upright so that you can move forward, like, in a healthy way instead of clinging to that I want more energy. Blockages. What are the blockages for Aquarius? That's a lot of cards. I didn't ask for that many. Aquarius. Blockages. Wow, these cards are just all over the place. Okay. Eight of Cups reversed. So in the upright, we're kind of walking away from situations, and we're, in this card especially, this is Robin was killed by Joker in front of Batman. And Batman had the opportunity to kill Joker, but he didn't. And this particular Robin was brought back to life in the Lazarus pits. And he is angry with Batman. But if you see at the bottom of the card, there's a lot of remorse here on Batman's part. But Robin in this card is very angry because Batman could have killed the Joker and he didn't. And he feels like his death wasn't avenged. So, you know, it's that need to walk away from the emotional turmoil, the emotional hurt. But in the reverse, we're not doing that. We're still clinging. We're still clinging. Aquarius, why are you clinging, honey? Six of Pentacles again, coming up in the reverse. That is throughout this entire reading. We've got the Six of Pentacles coming up in the reverse. We are not seeing eye to eye. We are not locked in on what we're trying to achieve. There's emotional instability here, and emotional imbalance is what I'm feeling. Somebody needs to let go. And I think that's Aquarius. You need to let this person go. Yep, we have the Five of Swords coming up again. Oh no, we had the Five of Wands come up earlier, so that's petty fighting. This is harsh words, harsh communication, feeling imbalanced emotionally due to this communication. This person, I'm feeling that the person you're dealing with doesn't want to deal with it anymore. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. So again, we have that immature energy in the upright. This is, we're working towards something. We're getting news of our choices moving forward. It's the second stage after that Ace of Pentacles coming up. There can be a new beginning here if there's a mutual ground reached. But that new beginning could also be just the fact that Aquarius needs to let this situation go so that they can move into something healthier. Because I still get the feeling that the person that you're dealing with is out of here. Like, they've made the judgment. Yeah, we got third party coming up, the Three of Cups. So I'm going to keep that one. And Justice came up again. Holy shit. Wow, Aquarius. Okay, we've got a lot going on. And that's coming up in the reverse for your energy. So this person could definitely be a player. We've got that Emperor energy, that go-get-em energy, on top of, you know, the Queen of Wands, who she in her own right is a go-getter. And that's a practical card. That's not practical. It's a physical card. So when they move on, they move on. And I feel like they don't care how it makes the other person feel. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I do honestly feel like you're dealing with an Aries. I don't really feel like it's so much that they don't care how it makes you feel. They're under a misconception of how it is you actually feel about them is what I'm getting. And I don't feel that Aquarius feels secure in it. Like, I feel like Aquarius is spilling their heart out to this person. They really care for this person quite a deal, but quite a bit. But this other person might just be hesitant. Yeah. So we got third parties coming up. So this person could be dating around. They could be single and like you newly started dating or started dealing with each other, and there was that intimate aspect, and then it was done. So the Hierophant in this deck is definitely a third party for me. So there could have been a menage a trois, menage a kinky, as Veronica says on Intuitive Pathways. And this is in the reverse. So it could be somebody who's already divorced, who's already been through a divorce. It's already been finalized, and they were seeing somebody while still dealing with you. With that Eight of Wands in the reverse, I think that Someone's missing it in the communication, but I think it's them because it's that fiery energy. I think it's them, and I think there might be some distance here between you and this person. Like this person may live in another state or province. I don't feel like far distances, like out of the country, but I feel like there might be different cities or different states, and maybe that could be partially why we're getting that energy of distance and them kind of being a player because I think they're dating around and only because you're not easily accessible, because I do feel like they do kind of care. But in the same respect, like there might be a situation, you may be married and trying to get out of a marriage and they're wanting to approach you, but they're afraid to. So they're just like, I can't hold on to this. Like I need to move forward with someone that's closer to where I am. Is kind of what I'm getting. And you're heartbroken about it. But there's not like proper communication about it. And there's slow messages coming back and forth. Like they ghost you and then there's communication, and then they ghost you and then there's communication. And it's really fucking with Aquarius. It's really fucking with Aquarius because Aquarius is like wearing their heart out on their sleeve, and you know that big communication may have happened where you sent like a big email or a text message and you feel like you're not actually being heard because it's not actual verbal communication, and we lose tone in when we communicate through email and text message. So you could be saying something like, I do love you, I want to make this work, or you could be coming out of a relationship because we do have the Hierophant here in the reverse. You could be coming out of a marriage, newly single, newly separated kind of deal. But they're just not willing to bridge that gap because you're still married, maybe? I don't know. And for those of you that are coupled to this person, like I get third party happening. Yeah, I'm picking up third party big time, and we've got the King of Swords now on the table. This is Taurus energy. The King of Swords could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I'm kind of picking up on Gemini here, and I'm not quite sure why. Well, we did have in that past energy, we had the Page of Swords, and that card is Gemini to me. We're also picking up on Capricorn as well with the Page of Pentacles, but that's in the reverse. I think that's more feeling stagnant, like not feeling secure in this connection. And if you're married to this person, I'm showing like there's definite cheating with you. Like it might not even be physical cheating, it might just be emotional cheating, or you might be emotionally cheating on your partner with them. But there's a breakup of a marriage, I feel, in reflected in these two cards. Like if you look on the King of Swords, the wife is there in the background watching this other woman tend to her husband. And she looks very broken up about it. So that could be that Queen of Cups reversed energy that I'm picking up on. Maybe that's you watching your partner pursue someone else, but I really don't feel like it's been physical with somebody else. And that could just be the way that you're feeling. But it could be vice versa too. You may be this King of Swords that is seeking something outside of your current relationship, and it's causing harsh words to be spoken. It's causing you to be very defensive because there is past hurts, like there is past betrayal there. But I don't think that it was like third party betrayal. I think that whatever argument happened or whatever, like maybe you've been in this marriage for a long time and it's just over time you'd put yourself out there and they would withdraw. You'd put yourself out there and they would withdraw, and it left you feeling alone and hurt. So maybe you're like in the beginning stages of breaking up with that person, but you've had this other fire sign person in your life for quite some time. That there's always been that back and forth, that security and that back and forth, and then now all of a sudden they're ghosting you, so you're feeling alone because you can't turn to your partner and talk to them. you're not able to talk to this other person that's been a big part of your life that you actually have feelings for, because they keep ghosting you, even though they're kind of stringing you along. I have the Knight of Swords again in the reverse. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. We're not communicating effectively at all with either party. So if you're the one that's married, Aquarius, and you're talking to somebody for emotional stability and security outside of that marriage, and like maybe you've ended things with your partner, but there's still that closeness there. Like I get the feeling, I don't know, this is a really complicated reading. So I get the feeling that whoever you were with before, or that you're moving out of that relationship with, I have a feeling that they're the ones that are still clinging, and they're that King of Cups reversed. If you're female and that King of Cups is your husband, like they're feeling sorry for what they've done in the past, and they want to reconcile, but you're like, no, I can't do it anymore. Like I don't see it. And this other person that you're dealing with on the outside, where there's a little bit of distance, like there's that communication back and forth, and it's healthy for a minute, and then they just take off and leave you in your emotional insecurity, and then they come back in and they're like, oh yeah, like I like you, but and then they ghost you again. They put you back in the friend zone. So they pull you in and they put you back in the friend zone, and you're trying to leave this situation and pursue something with this fire sign, but that's just not happening. And I kind of feel like they would like to, but I think it has to do with the fact that you're still married. You might be separated from your partner, and you're still married to them, or you've ended it with them, but you still live together. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. So they don't want to take that on. Is kind of what I'm feeling. They definitely don't want to take that on. That's a lot of baggage that they don't want. Yep. The Knight of Cups in reverse. So this is, I'm not gonna put that offer of love out there. As long as you're still coupled. Like I don't want to be your third party. Is what I'm getting. I don't want to be your third party. Like choose us, or not even that. Like have the decency to actually walk away. Like they see you as weak. That's a lot of cards. I'm going to take the bottom card. Oh, no, I have to take them. Holy crap. Okay, I have to take these. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups in reverse. So it's stopping before we hit that 10, that completion point. We have the Star card again coming up in the reverse for this other person. So maybe they're hoping and wishing that you're actually going to let go of this partnership that you're currently in. Well, sorry, coffee. Maybe they're hoping and wishing that you're going to let go of whatever situation they're in, because they're conflicted in their own emotion. So there's feelings there for you, but they don't want to be your second choice. And they don't want to be the cause of your separation, I get. Because we have the Ace of Swords here in the reverse. So there's no communication happening. There's no new communication happening. I'm not going to necessarily say there's not communication, because there is with the Eight of Wands. But somebody's missing the message, or someone's ignoring the messages. So that may be this fire sign that you're dealing with. They're ignoring the messages that you're sending out to them, because they don't want to be involved in this emotional turmoil that you're going through. Like they care about you, but they don't want to go through the emotional turmoil. We have the High Priestess in reverse. So stuff is coming out. Secrets are coming out. Maybe you've already had this conversation with the partner or spouse that you're with. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I feel like you didn't give me what I needed in this relationship. I felt ignored. Is kind of what I'm getting. But it's also coming out for them too. Like, holy crap, I really do care for this person, but I can't put myself there, because I don't want to be the reason that there's a separation. I don't want to be the reason that Aquarius is pulling away from their partner or spouse. We also have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is how they're seeing that Ace of Pentacles that came up earlier. You're seeing this as a new opportunity to move forward with them in a stable, secure way. But they're not seeing that it's stable and secure. They're seeing it as very immature energy, because you haven't handled your shit at home to end this situation that you're in, and they just don't want to be dragged into it. So they're not seeing it as a new beginning. They're seeing it as you're holding on to this relationship for whatever reason. There could be kids involved, like I said before, 2 children. I'm showing air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but they're seeing it as, if you really wanted to be with me, then you would leave. So I'm not going to put my heart out there to get let down and hurt. Like, I wish, I get that wishing on a star again with the star card here. And it came up in the mutual energy for you guys, I believe, in the past, but now it's coming up for them. Like, I wish the situation was different. But they're not going to move forward with you if you don't end it. Like, if you can't walk away from the situation that you're currently in, then there's no reason. Look at this. You got the Moon card again coming up. And it's in the reverse. Like, secrets are coming out. Like, they could be realizing, holy hell, I really do have feelings for this person. Or you could be realizing, holy hell, like, I love this other person. I love this fire sign, but how the hell am I supposed to get out of what I'm in? Maybe it's because you're married with children. They're not going to engage with you unless you are done. And we also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So in the upright, this is reconciliations. This is coming together. This is new beginnings in love. But in the reverse, it is not that way. And we're also showing the Ace of Pentacles. They're not seeing anything practical with you. And they really don't want to deal with this heartbreak that you're going through. Like, maybe they might even be going through heartbreak on their own. Maybe they separated from somebody as well, and they're trying to deal with that. And by dealing with that, they're getting themselves out there. They're dating other people and that kind of stuff. But I really feel sorry. Oh, sorry. Cat opened the door. He's probably going to jump up here at some point and get in the cards because that's what he likes to do. But okay, I really need to talk to you guys here because this is probably one of the more insane readings that I've done in this series for February. So there is a lot going on. If you are single and just dating, then we have a player situation where there's third-party involvement and they may be emotionally connected to somebody else and they were trying to forget this person by pursuing you. And I get that you gave it up too soon vibe, and then you started to have feelings because you gave it up when you weren't quite ready to, but they're still clinging to the ex. And then I have the married scenario, which is involving children, at least 2 children. At least 2 children, and they could be air signs or water signs. Air and water is what I'm getting. You could have that in your chart as well. They could have it in their chart, but I'm really picking up strong fire sign energy for this other person in this married scenario. So if you're currently married to a water sign and you have water in your chart, whether you're male or female, because we did have that masculine and feminine energy, you could be Aquarius with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in your chart. And they could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And you're trying to get out of that relationship, but it's very hard, and there's a lot of harsh communication there because you're wanting to end it with them because you're feeling dejected. You're feeling like you were emotionally abused and emotionally manipulated, possibly. But you guys were not seeing eye to eye, like you weren't coming together in a way that was healthy for you. So you're like, I'm done. But I think in this situation, you're still currently with that partner. Like, you might not be together, but you're still together, if that makes sense. So this fire sign is from the outside with a little bit of distance. They're seeing it as you may be trying to work this out with your husband or wife. Like, they may see it as maybe you should work it out with your husband or wife because maybe they feel like they don't have the security and stability to provide you what you need because of the fact that you have kids. So take that into consideration. Anything I say, take it with a grain of salt because it could go vice versa. You could be the the one on the outside of the marriage and rescinding that offer of love and being like, I can't do this because you're still married. Like, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this reading, and I'm kind of shaking a little bit. And my heart's kind of racing a little bit because I feel anxious and I feel nervous for Aquarius. So I'm thinking that, you know, Aquarius is dealing with that fire sign on the outside, but I get a lot of history and a lot of distance between them too. So I get the feeling that this person does care about you, and maybe they're in denial about their feelings, because this has been happening over a long span of time. Maybe they're uncomfortable with the way they feel because they feel like they're encroaching on your marriage, or they feel like they're the ones that caused you to decide that you didn't want to be with your spouse anymore, or significant other. And this could go either way. It could be, you know, heterosexual couples. It could be same-sex couples. It really doesn't matter. I am showing the Hierophant in reverse, so we could be dealing with same-sex couples. But I just think that more along the lines of there's a separation happening, and maybe they were divorced in the past, and maybe that's why you guys have never really come together. But, you know, it came out with this High Priestess reversed, and the Ace of Cups reversed, and then we had the Moon kind of hanging out at the bottom of the deck here, and that's also in reverse, and that could be Scorpio energy. So the person that you might be connected to could be a water sign, most definitely. Could be a Scorpio, or they could have Scorpio in their chart, because a lot of Scorpio energy was coming up earlier as well. So there's that. But there's a wish here. Like, if you guys can get this in the upright, like, I think it would be a beautiful thing. Like, it would be a very passionate and beautiful connection. But you have to get out of whatever situation you're in before you start pursuing this person again, because they're withdrawing. They're like, hold up. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I think that's where the judgment comes in. I think this person is wanting to do things the right way. And they don't want to be the reason that you're leaving your significant other. So I think that you're communicating to them in a way where you're making them your everything, when they're like, no, I'm not. Like, you need to work on your stuff. You need to work on you in order for this to be a thing. It's really what I'm getting. So it's kind of crazy. This is going to be a very long reading, and I do apologize. But this, whatever this is, needs to be said. We have the Knight of Cups coming up in reverse, for that mutual energy between the two of you. So somebody's wanting to give their heart, and the other one's just like, I can't do it. It's morally wrong for them, I think. Like, they're having a moral dilemma with this. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So like I said, this could develop into something wonderful, beautiful. But you need to fix your situation first. You need to literally end, like absolutely end the situation that you're in. Or they do. Yep. We have the Two of Cups coming up reversed. Again, so some readers read that card as like a soulmate kind of vibe, and maybe you see this fire sign as your soulmate. Whatever that means to you, the term soulmate, whatever that means to you. But it did come up in the reverse. Holy crap, that really jumped out. Where the heck did it go? Okay. Yeah, okay. Ace of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. Give me just 1 second. I gotta get this card. Ow. And we have the King of Pentacles showing up in that mutual energy. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. So remember when I said earlier that this person doesn't feel like they can give you the security and stability that you need, and that could be due to the fact that you have kids and they do not. So they may not want to take on that financial burden by being with you. But this person is secure and stable. Again, you can find security and stability with this person, but with this being in the reverse, like, we're wishing. We are wishing, most definitely. Somebody's wishing, whether it's you, whether it's them, that the situation was different. I get the feeling that it's mostly you, but I'm also seeing it on their side too. So But I also have that energy of I'm not going to give my heart to you if you're going to continue where you are. And I think the reason why these are in the reverse is because sorry, I'm showing it in the upright, but it did come out in the reverse. I think that the Two of Cups and the Star card are coming up reverse because you're stuck in your head about how to complete the relationship that you're ending. Like how am I going to get out of this without hurting anybody? How am I going to get out of this relationship so that I can be happy without upsetting the dynamic of the family? Holy crap, this is a long reading, and I'm just like, whoa. Okay. So I'm gonna hold on to these to reference. Like, this is a huge reading, and I'm getting a lot of information here. I get the feeling that they're dating around too, but they are not finding successful connections. It seems like most of their relationships that they've been in have been failing. But that communication of that closeness is coming from both sides. So they'll communicate to you that they're going through something, and you're kind of their stability when they're off, and there's your stability when you're off. But you just can't bridge that distance because neither one of you are willing to make the decisions that need to be made to handle that. So I don't think it's so much them that they need to make the decision. I think they know in their heart how they feel. But again, I get that Justice card, and then we got the Judgment card twice. So we're wanting that balance between the two of you, but it's not happening because they're judging the fact that you are still partnered to somebody else, like legally partnered. You're still legally married, or you're still living with your ex. So I get that vibe like really strongly. So that is definitely a direct message to somebody, whether it's Aquarius or the person that you're dealing with. So that was the fears and blockages. There was a lot going on in there. I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera back down, and we're going to look at whatever messages need to come through for Aquarius and for the person that you're dealing with. So here we go. There we go. Anyway, okay, here we go. So any messages coming through for Aquarius for the month of February, so that they can handle this situation. Whatever messages coming through for Aquarius for the month of February 2019. We have the Three of Pentacles, so we're working together. Maybe you're working with your spouse, maybe trying to work things out with your spouse or significant other, or you're working with this fire sign. This, to me, there's more than 3 people in this card, so it could be a family card too. Like you're trying to figure things out in the family dynamic to make a smooth transition. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands coming up in reverse. I see that Aquarius may be feeling like moving forward is impossible. They may be financially dependent on their partner, but they have that desire to work things through and move on from the situation. But I feel like they feel stuck. And that could be due to practical matters. It could be due to... There we go. We got the Three of Wands in the upright. So a decision has been made, and that's really good. And it's going to be harsh when it comes out. Like, I want a divorce. This is kind of what I'm seeing there. And the Eight of Swords. So we're in our heads about it. We're in our heads about it. We got the Queen of Swords here. She's very smart. And she calculates every move. And when she speaks the truth. Like, and whether it's harsh or not, she speaks the truth. So I think that Aquarius is kind of getting to that point where you're either going to come out with it to this Aries that you're dealing with, or this fire sign that you're dealing with, or you're going to come out with it to your significant other. and then you're going to wait. Or maybe you're waiting to do it so that you can see how this family dynamic is working out, how this household situation is working out. But we have 2 3s here. Something may be coming out in March. I'm getting March. Yeah, I'm getting March. So right now we're like this, like we feel like we can't move forward, and that again is that lack of passion. It is feminine energy, but again, this could be same sex, it could be heterosexual, this could also be a man's energy as well as a woman's energy. So whoever this represents, and I think it's Aquarius, like we want to move forward, but we don't see a way to. Like a decision has been made, and it's gonna be a loud one. When it comes out, it's gonna be loud, but it's gonna be truthful. And then I got it's gonna be definitely truthful, but we have this energy of waiting it out, maybe to see how this other person is going to respond, and that could be that fire sign coming through in that. Sorry about that. I got a text message coming through. Make sure it wasn't something important. This is fiery energy. These are both fiery energy, and this may be this other person that's like withdrawing, like not moving forward, but we're still waiting, or they're still waiting, or I'm waiting is what I got. I don't know, but we're still in our heads about it with that 8 of Swords. You do have the tools to get out of whatever mental turmoil you're in. You just need to open your eyes and realize that you have the tools that you need. So that could be reflective on that Magician card as well, even though him in the upright with this deck I really don't care for very much, but he could still carry out that energy of I have what I need to move forward. We had 2 cards come out. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, okay. So we're mirroring each other's energy again. We have the 3 of Pentacles in the upright for you and in the reverse for them. So I feel like they are the outsiders. They're the ones on the outside looking into this situation. We have the 6 of Cups too, so that gives me that past energy of you guys had a connection in the past, and it was hot, it was heavy, it was steamy, but life happened. They made a choice, you made a choice, whatever. Could have been the distance between you guys, that you guys never really connected, and they're either pining over it or you're pining over it. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So in this card, this is a marriage card for me. This is that like illusion in marriage. Like you see how he's walking away and she's offering him this piece of chocolate or whatever she's got. Looks like a date maybe. Like, oh, here, you want this? Like, it's kind of that just offering something to shut them up. In the reverse, we're no longer doing that. We're not accepting that behavior. We're walking away from a situation. This fire sign may be walking away from you. I am getting Cups though. The 10 of Cups is usually, happy marriage, happy life, but there is that illusion of happiness as well. So maybe this person is trying to show you that they're happy not being with you, but inside they're really pining. We have the 7 of Wands coming out. He just doesn't look into it. Like, she's trying to be all sexy, la la la, and he doesn't look like he's really into it. So this is funny to me, and I shouldn't say it's funny, but we've got the 3 of Pentacles coming up for both of you. Yours was in the upright and theirs is in the reverse. This is how you're seeing the situation. Like, you're trying to see the positive in it, the way to move forward practically, and they're like, I can't move forward. This isn't a practical situation for me. Like, even though I care for you, like, I can't move forward because it doesn't work for me. So I'm still getting that vibe. So we're not working together. They're leaving it up to you to make the decision, to make that decision. So they may be waiting on you to get the strength to flip this upright and make the choice to move forward. Because there is past stuff between you two. They may be reflecting on the connection you had, but they're not going to move forward with it. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. This is a pretty interesting reading. So again, we've already covered the Ten of Cups there. We also have the Seven of Wands here. In traditional tarot, this is needing to continue to fight. But in this, because it's non-traditional, like, she's like, oh, I want you. And his face, he's like, I'm really not into this. But I think if it came down to it, honestly, like, if you left whatever situation you were in, like, even if, like, you're just separated from your spouse right now and you haven't moved forward with divorce, even just changing residences so that you're not in the same space as them, I think that would really change the dynamic in this relationship with this fire sign. If it's the dating scenario, like, you're pretty in your head about it. Like, you made a choice and, like, you've already, like, the communication's coming out about what you want, and they may be reflecting on a relationship from the past and pining for somebody other than you. So that's why they're rescinding that offer, because they're still stuck on their ex. So for the fears, this was at the bottom of the deck for fears. So it's Ace of Cups. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. It's the Ace of Cups in reverse. So that's come up prior to. And that's the, I'm pouring my heart out to you. Why can't you see? Or you're fearful that if you tell them, like, communicate 100% what it is that you're feeling or going through, you fear that they're going to leave you alone. And you really want to be with this person. So we're going to look at any messages coming through for Aquarius and the person that they're dealing with. Where are they meeting in the middle on this? Any advice for where they can bridge the gap and work through this situation? We have the Hanged Man in the upright. I don't know why, but with this deck, when I combine these three decks, I get, like, crazy serious messages. With the Five of Wands, so we're still fighting. And again, the Seven of Wands, there's still a need to fight for something. Maybe they're telling you that you need to fight for it. Like, you have to show me. Yeah, we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, when I flipped it up, so I should have flipped it this way. It would have been in the reverse. So a choice has been reached, as I'm showing with that Three of Wands, and we're kind of waiting. We're playing the waiting game, but with that Two of Pentacles showing up on it, showing up on top of that card, I get the feeling that we're no longer juggling. We're no longer sitting in that energy where I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. We also have, again, the Eight of Swords. So, and that showed up at the bottom of the deck for Aquarius. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So we're not feeling secure and stable. Like, this decision is very hard for you to make. We're showing the World, though. That's a very positive card. But right behind it, we have the Lovers. So, and not seeing eye to eye. So what's happening is you're not seeing eye to eye with your partner or spouse, but you feel like you may be emotionally cheating even though you've separated from your partner. But it's still got that third party energy. And even in the World card here, there are three people. But I think, like, the wheel. The wheel is turning. We're moving out of this third party energy. And this could be a very beautiful thing. You just have to have the courage to make the choice. Like, you need to get the hell out of your head, and you're choosing to be in your head about it. Like, you could make the decision and make the decision for what's right for you in your heart, but we're lingering in this energy where we're in this reflective stage and we're totally in our heads about it. We're gonna drop the ball here. We're gonna stop juggling. It's gonna cause some fights when you make that decision, but I think overall, like, you make that decision and we're moving into beautiful times ahead. Like, yeah, we're moving out of that third party energy. We're not gonna be dealing with this not being on the same page. And then we have the Empress right behind that, and the freaking Hanged Man. So, again, we need to see things from a different point of view. We need to flip that Hangman upside down, make that choice. which in return will turn this Empress up right side up. So then you're going to be dealing with this kind of energy where you're fruitful and you're moving forward and you're stable and secure on your own. And then, you know, that completion point can happen, and we're moving into brighter days, especially with this other person. Like, they're not going to move forward if you don't make the choice, is what I'm getting. So that being said, that was a crazy reading. So that being said, let me talk to you here for a second. Let me put these up. Okay. That being said, we've got all this crazy mental energy happening here. Get out of your head. If you feel that something's right for you, then you need to make the choice. Don't linger in it. Because you're the only person that's in charge of your happiness. Like, you can't seek happiness in somebody else. The only person that can make you happy is you. And I get the feeling like Aquarius is like totally clinging to this person, or the ideal of being with this person. Like, they make me happy. But it's not that they make you happy. They give you the freedom for you to make yourself happy, for you to make those choices to be happy. So there's a big difference there. So don't cling to that energy of, I'm pining for you, because you're the only one who can make me happy. And vice versa for them too. Like, that would be the advice for them too, is that this Aquarius isn't the reason why you're happy. They give you the tools you need to move forward, and they make you want to be better. But it's not in a forceful way. They give you the freedom to do that. So we don't find our happiness in somebody else. We find our happiness when relationships and people that we choose to deal with are helpful in the way that they deal with us. And so it gives us the freedom to choose to be happy. So I want you guys to keep that in mind moving forward. That was a really crazy reading. It's really heavy, kind of like the Cancer reading, and I believe Aries was pretty heavy as well. So, and it's kind of reflecting the same kind of reading as the Aquarius reading. So if you haven't watched the Aries reading, I suggest that you go over there and watch that, because I'm getting a lot of the same messages as I did for Aries. So Aquarius, you are probably the person I meant to connect with is probably definitely dealing with an Aries. If you're not dealing with people and it's just you, like, you're coming out of a divorce or a relationship and you're really in your head and you're clinging to things and you're wondering how you're going to do it on your own, because you may have kids, you may not. But you're also afraid to get yourself back out there. There may be a love interest that's kind of been knocking on your door for a while, but you're ignoring them. So you're friend zoning them because you're not ready to put your heart back out there again, because you're still trying to work through your past heartache and your past pain. And you're more focused on your stability and security, especially if you have kids. So I think in that scenario, you need to make sure that you're taking time for yourself and really evaluate what it is that you want to create, because now that you're on your own, you have the ability to create the life that you desire. So be strong in your choices and stand true in your convictions, because that will lead to happiness, and we don't need another person to bring that happiness to us. So when we're happy and we're in a really good space, in our heart space, we start to draw in people that are on the same vibration as we are. And so the more that you spend time bettering yourself, the better the people will be coming into your life. So yeah, that's a crazy reading. Thank you for taking the time to join me and watch this reading. If it resonates, please comment below so that I know. Feedback is very important to me. I want to make sure that I'm putting out messages that people are resonating with. Yeah, so thank you, and I will see you guys next month.